My Hero Academia, Chapter 245, titled Rising Action, really kind of left me very hopeful in what we're going to see next in terms of My Hero Academia. Because we are ramping up to a major event. Now, we left off with Hawks handing over the book for the Superpower Liberation Front to Endeavor, hoping that Endeavor would take the hint. And Endeavor immediately takes the hint. Because while in terms of his family life, he wasn't actually good at listening to others. But now that he, can focus specifically on his hero work, he is shown to really be someone who is quick on the take. Really just immediately connects the dots that something isn't right here. Now, while Izuku starts to kind of geek out over the number one and number two heroes, having this meeting of, recommended reading and stuff, Hawk shows that he has a whole bunch of them and he hands them out to all the kids and stuff like that. Basically tosses them at all of them. But, he also kind of discusses the fact that, it's time for you guys to, help us bring together a new era and all that good stuff. So, Todoroki kind of questions, is just like, man, you must really love this book if you're carrying around a whole bunch of them. So, they kind of chalk it up to him basically doing missionary work, which, Bible thumping, really? So Hawks kind of says that, yeah, I'm basically doing that, going across the country, spreading the good word of the book and its teachings and all that good stuff, hoping to build a better society and blah blah blah. And Hawks tells Endeavor specifically, make sure you look over the sections that I marked, especially the recommended, the second one, so hey, good luck with your internship and all that good stuff, and he takes off. And Hawks thinks to himself that he really hopes that Endeavor trained his interns well for what's about to come. And the Izuku, Todoroki, and Bakugo to a limited extent. He's just kind of pissed off because Hawks kind of got the jump on his action. They discuss the fact that Hawks isn't really that much older than them. He's only 21, I think, 22. So, they're all 16, so he's only got about 6 years on them. But we finally managed to get to the Endeavor Agency, and we meet up with my new waifu, the sidekick Burning, who I guess is one of the major sidekicks in terms of the Endeavor's hero agency. And she, basically he has this very loud voice because you can literally hear her through her speech bubbles because she's damn near screaming. It's just like, welcome to the they call themselves the Flaming Hot Sidekickers or some shit like that. And they're actually kind of surprised to have so many interns coming in. And since I also heard that this is Bakugo and Shoto's first internship in terms of actual, training, since they have their licenses now. But there's a massive organization here with over 30 sidekicks. They do all these various jobs and stuff like that. And, Burning even gets all up into Bakugo's face, saying, it's just like, with so many people on the payroll, ain't much room for you kids to stand out if that's what you're going for. So, Bakugo kind of gets the gist of it. It's just like, he's really going to have to work hard in order to stand out amongst so many pros. They also tell Shoto that they won't be giving him any special treatment since he's Endeavor's son. They also have this catchphrase of flame on, which, Fantastic Four is gonna sue y'all. But They have a lot of energy going on here, and there is a lot of guys just going at it all at work. One of the interns, one wrapped up almost like a mummy, mentions that all the various different forms of work that they do at this agency. Very different from Sir Night Eye's agency, which was more about investigations and stuff along those lines, although they did some of this work as well. Here at the Endeavor agency, they, have rotating patrols, some people on standby, some people working in shifts, stuff like that. They respond to emergencies, they do bodyguard work, and they have hundreds of requests coming in on the daily. So Bakugo is all too ready to actually go in and take on some jobs since there's so much going on here. But they'd rather the kids just wait on Endeavor's orders just in case, because it's just like, well, we don't really know what Endeavor would like to do with you guys, where he wants you to actually, take on that role. So until the boss actually gives us the word, we're not touching you kids just yet. Meanwhile, Endeavor immediately took to reading the book that Hawks gave him, and he starts looking through it, and it's just like, man, this Hawks guy doesn't make any sense. He completely contradicted himself. What he's saying is, he usually says what's on his mind and is always boasting, and he never feels like he hides what he's truly feeling, which we got that, especially when he was introduced. He was shown to be a very loud and outspoken person, but now it's almost like he's got something on the DL going on. He doesn't have that clowning around attitude. These aren't his true feelings. And so Endeavor starts looking over the section called the second one, and he looks at the highlighted parts. And he's just like, okay, read the parts that are highlighted if I don't have a lot of time. So let's see, the second one. Alright. The one enemy, liberation, army, battlefield. Wait, the second word of each marked section. There's a code here, and I love that Endeavor immediately picked up on it, and even Hawks is just like, oh man, I know Endeavor isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I hope I wasn't too obtuse for the guy. There are a lot of heroes within the Liberation Army, and Hawks is just like, I really don't want to expose myself needlessly or anything like that. But, man, doing all that kind of just put, like, gross chills down his spine. So he really isn't feeling this brand of work, which still just makes me question why he was really chosen for this job, because it really doesn't feel like him to be in on this. But Endeavor starts to put together what's being said here, that the enemy is the Liberation Army. The League has taken over. Their numbers are in the hundreds of thousands. So he's really starting to put everything together. And Hawks is just like, oh man, because he's having tabs being kept on him, there's only so far out he can reach in terms of this, especially when he stands before the Legion of Doom or the Paranormal Liberation Front. And, I love this scene here, especially since I put it as the, image for YouTube, because it's just like, you have the almost entirety of the people here, and Tomura Shigaraki's chair is empty because he's not in. Wait, no, he is in attendance if I remember correctly, but there seems to be a little bit something more going on here. No, he's not in attendance. He's not even here, so his seat is empty. I'm contradicting myself all over, but I couldn't remember if he was actually there at this meeting. But he's not. We have all the members of the group just kind of praising Hawks and his whole, reaching out to spread the words of their people, basically, their liberation front. I still want to call them the League of Villains, so I gotta stutter over their names sometimes. he seems to fully be all about having this all go down and the investigation into Denki City. And he's just like, just want to kind of sway people to our side, put the wool over people's eyes in terms of what the Liberation Front is truly about and blah, blah, blah. I want to cultivate the next generation of heroes. And a skeptic even lets them know that it's just like, oh yeah, you handed it out to a few of Endeavor's few of Endeavor's interns, and they note that Deku was there as well, which Toga kind of swoons over. Dabi states that it's just like, it doesn't look like the kid's gotten any stronger, so they're underestimating, the younger generation, despite the fact that they'll be the ones to rise to the occasion later down the line. So, ultimately, Redestro kind of says, okay, you've done excellent work, Hawks, you're dismissed, but Hawks kind of has left behind one of his feathers in the door in order to actually keep tabs on what's going on and what they're saying. And we start to hear a little bit of their plan that, they're trying to keep up troops' morale. And once Tomura finally gets that power, as they say, they'll finally be able to execute their plan. In that 4 months from now, as Endeavor's reading it, that apparently their plan is to pretty much destroy what seems to be all of Japan. It's like mass genocide on a epic scale. The whole of Japan will be destroyed by Tomura. So apparently he's undergoing something with the doctor, which will give him an even greater control over his powers as a whole, which is just really leading up into something really massive, really out there, really out of control. That if they think this power could destroy the entirety of Japan, because while they do have a mass amount of people on their side, it would take something like unlimitedly grandiose to actually do what they're suggesting. But I'm glad that Hawks has actually managed to get the word out that something bigger is coming, and Endeavor has put together those dots. So, Endeavor can hopefully be able to train Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, since they're like major players in all of this. Hopefully they'll be able to, boost up their battle power and become formidable forces in this fight against I do not care for this name, the Paranormal Liberation Front. Ugh. Ugh. It just does not roll off the tongue like League of Villains. I'm sorry, but I can't wait to see where we go from here on out. 4 months is a good amount of time, but there's only so much strength that I feel that Deku can really gain within that time. Like, man, a lot's gonna happen. We haven't even finished. They'll only be in about their second year by that time, and within the next 4 months, I think. Because Japanese school systems work a little bit differently. They're starting to reach the end of their first year, and I think either they'll already be second year students, or they'll just start to be becoming second year students around that time. But I think it's either like 3 or 4 months in that it changes over, because I think it's usually during spring they have graduation, so the big three will be graduating if nothing else. So once we hit that 4-month period, a lot will shift in terms of My Hero Academia, and where we go from then on out is anyone's guess, because it's taken us like almost 300 chapters to get to a full school year for Deku. It just kind of makes me wonder how quickly we'll get to how much time it'll take before we actually get to his graduation, and how much will actually transpire once we get to that point. Because Japanese school systems, 3 years and you're done. So, make 300 chapters per, I don't think it'll work out like that, but 300 chapters per year. That's a good at least 9,000 chapters you could get up to if you really wanted it. But I don't know if Horikoshi really wants to go for that long. Who wants to pull a One Piece and be going on for like 30 years before you get to the end of his series. So, you never really know. But, enough rambling from me. Tell me your thoughts, feelings, and theories in the comment section below. If you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another My Hero Academia chapter review. And if you want to find me on social media, just Google Duuz-Diz-Din. I am everywhere for better or for worse. And until the next video, I just want all of you to remember that when the time comes, we must all rise to action. Till next time, I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.